Well, instead of making a diagram, I'm just going to show you guys what I've done here. I've taken side rails, and these are just for drawers, but they have ball bearings in them, and they slide very easily. Now, as you see, I've put a 2x4 on end, then screwed the slide onto the 2x4, but the one thing you got to make sure you do is when you put it on, you put the little one, that's the one you attach. I'm not really getting it the way I should here, but there's a screw right in here holding it right here, and then there's another one down here. I think I got 3 in it. And then you put another piece of wood. I'll do it from here, you can see it better. See here, I mounted a little 2x2 on top of the slide, and then put the Y or the X-axis on top of this. Again, down through the small one. But also, one thing to be careful about: you don't want this next one binding, so put something underneath it just when you fasten it down, like a coat hanger, a piece of coat hanger underneath this, just to hold it up a bit so it doesn't bind when it slides. Okay? And then I've got a pillow block that's mounted to this piece of wood that runs between these two. You see this here? Here's your one axis, the 2x2, the slide, and it's the same for that one over there. Then I put another couple pieces of wood on top of, on top of this one, where this one's mounted, it goes across. This here is what holds the pillow blocks. Okay, you see that? And all there is just mounted with U-bolts. And that piece of pipe runs from the pillow block there across to the pillow block there, and allows it to slide. You see that? But the pillow block allows it to go up and down in the Z-axis. Can you see that? See how that's going up and down freely? Okay. But the one thing also that you want to do, this wood is not enough to make it rigid on the top. I just took 2 pieces of plywood, put across there, and screwed them into the 2 pieces of wood that hold the pillow block. See that? Nothing special. And then for light, so I got light over the top of the table, I just took a clamp-on mount light and put it in the middle. Now, as far as dimensions, make up your own dimensions. If you're going to be working on stuff that's really wide, get a longer piece of pipe. Spread these bars. Now this bar is longer, simply because you got to put a weight out on the end so that it will balance. Okay? You want to keep it so that it balances pretty easily and keeps the head up, so that you can work pretty easily and it'll slide easily. Okay? Now let's look underneath again, see if I can get a picture of the way that's mounted. See that? It's just U-bolts, nothing special. You can space them as far apart as you want to work from your piece. Now, the next thing you've got to be really sure that you do is that onto these metal slides, you've got to put a piece of metal. This is a piece of metal. It's about 4 inches, maybe a little better than 4 inches wide. And all I did was tack welded it on both sides. And if you notice, watch this. You got to see this. There's no side movement at all. I mean, you can do fine carving. Okay? Now, can you see how that slides real? I want to get back a ways. You see how that slides side to side, forward, up and down? You got all your movements, and that's all there is to it. Nothing more. Again, your pillow block with your bar through it, All I did was put a pipe clamp on the end of the pipe so it wouldn't slide through and it would hold. Same thing on this side. Just a pipe clamp, okay? Piece of pipe, U-bolts holding it on, U-bolts going through and holding onto the pipe on the lower side. See that? I mean, that's all there is to it. You can extend these arms out or in as much as you want, and all I used was just a piece of aluminum pipe or steel pipe, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever you can attach. Now, to hold on my rotor, here's what I did. Can you see that? I got a pipe, I don't know what the hell they're called, but it's just a round thing that you get at hardware stores that screws onto the end of the pipe and has holes through it. And I matched the holes so that I could put screws through to hold the plate, okay? And then all I did was took a piece of metal that I found at the hardware store, bent it in the vise to go around my rotor, and I have a couple of them if I want to use a Dremel or if I want to use a bigger rotor, okay? And that's all there is to your mount for mounting your rotor. And you can place it up and down if you want in that holder and just fasten it with bolts. Then on this side, I just welded a piece with a nut that, here, all I have is a wing nut, and I loosen that, oh shit. Well anyway, I can't do it with one hand to hold the camera. That's my stylus, okay, and this one is the wide one for rough work, and you got to have a matching end on this side. Now this is the small end, I haven't changed them out yet. But all you do, if you're using a big one here, you use the same size nib as your pen. Okay, your cutting nib has to be the same size as that. Now, over here is my fine point one. See that? It's got the nut in it. Just screws right into that in the bottom, so I can change them out. And all you do is get that at any hardware store, and they're about $1 each. And I have a spare one here that I haven't done anything with yet. Picked it up actually yesterday at the Home Depot. It says right on it what it is. You think I could do it holding the camera? Shit. There it is. It's 3/8. Yeah, get it so you can see it. There it is right there. But anyway, that's the whole baby. And if you watch the movement, see how easily that slides? Look at this. Look. Couldn't be simpler. And with that metal brace in there, or you can even put two if you like, to make it, I don't know why it would have to be any more rigid, because it doesn't move sideways at all. I mean, it is rigid. And that's my baby. I just got a few lights here on the side to light up the table a little better. And that's it. Nothing to it. And I've got lots of extra rotors over there and Dremels. And remember, folks, if you use Dremel, Dremel's guaranteed for life, the same as Craftsman. If anything happens, just send them back to the manufacturer and they'll replace it. So if you see a Dremel at a yard sale and it don't work, pick it up for $0.25. Because you can send them in and they'll send you a brand new one. And that's why I've got probably 10 or 15 of them. So, okay, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. And I just mounted on a piece of 4x8 plywood, cut in half. I think it's 4x4. No, it's a little longer, 4x4. Yeah, it's probably 4.5x4. But you can make them any width that you want, depending on the type of work you want to carve. This one, if you watch here, I can go clear over to this side. You see here, the pen's right at the edge, and I can carve right in line with this, or I can adjust it and even go further over. So I chose to work within this area in here. But see, look, I mean, if I'm moving this, the other side doesn't budge. And that's what you got to have. There can't be any movement in it. Okay, that's it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you have luck with yours. Any questions? You know how to